for the Sky Bet Lowther Stakes. Away they go, 6 furlongs ahead of them for this very smart looking field here, and it's the early pace coming from Celandine down the centre in the dark blue colours, Heaven's Gate flanking her, taking a bit of a grip in the grey jacket, Unspoken Love. On the right we can see Tales of the Heart in the pink and green, who's right up there with the pace as well. Miss Lamine near side, Heaven's Gate behind, covered up there Leovani in the red cap. Also Time for Sandals ridden patiently, as indeed is Betty Clover, the grey filly. Perfect part in the brown jacket, a little bit outpaced as the runners come down towards the halfway point of the contest. Celandine and Tom Marquand from on the near side, Miss Lamai and Clifford Lee. On the outside there, Tales of the Heart, Ross Orion now shaken up. Heaven's Gate is coming into it. On the left then, here comes Leovani under James Doyle, as now looks a big threat. This is a really open looking Lowther Stakes. Inside the final furlong they come. Heaven's Gate challenging Celandine for the lead with Leovani on the near side. Celandine digging deep. Behind them, Time for Sandals is running on. Celandine then in really irresistible form with a challenge from Time for Sandals, and Celandine held on and made all the way to win the Lowther. Time for Sandals second. Back in third place then was Leovani.
Back against fillies, I think, really helped, and yeah, track, I think, you know, she's coped with the down and up of the July course, so I don't think the track's so important, but I think being against fillies, and we freshened her up. We didn't ride her for a week after Goodwood and just let her get fresh and put on weight and be out in the paddock, and I think it's really done its job and she's bounced out of it.
Ready to go and racing. Arizona Blaze began pretty well. Purple jacket from stall 4 for the Harry's $500,000 by Goff Stakes over the straight 6 here on the Knavesmire. Against the wind in the blue and white red colours, showing good speed on the near side. Sensorium the grey though maybe just ahead of against the wind. Down the far side there, Bueno Nacho is racing in company there with American Style, the white cap noseband, Arizona Blaze, and also the first colours of Hamilton Territorial Knight in the dark blue cap, right up there in the firing line. Right behind them then the light green jacket of Ghost Run. On the near side, Midnight City, Fear and Fast is being pushed along then towards the back of the main group. 2 is Rock Hunter. And then comes in the white cap, Almighty Mo in the orange cap, and Cracking Man in the white cap, trying to make up ground on the near side with Jorge Alvarez. But they race down inside the final quarter mile. Arizona Blaze down the centre, but against the wind, holding an advantage at the moment. Sensorium running a cracker. The grey is trying to challenge behind them with diligently, and then Jorge Alvarez on the near side in the yellow colours as they race inside the final furlong in the Harry's $500,000 by Goff Stakes. Arizona Blaze diligently is lunging late on the far side, and diligently creates a big surprise and wins it. Arizona Blaze, Sensorium, Jorge Alvarez, and then right behind them against the wind.
To be fair, when I asked him to dig real deep for me, he did. So he's a good mentality. He tries very hard. So it's good to see an owner like Jason getting rewarded with this sort of prize money. You know, he buys plenty of yearlings every year for Clive. So brilliant.
Yeah, ready and off and racing. Mr. King wasn't the best away, but he's being dropped in from his middle draw. This then the Clipper handicap, very quickly away. Cruyff Turn, previous winner of the race, from his outside draw is showing up very well. So too Thunder Run, the grey on the inside. That's the main group, of course, with on the outside of him New Image, and El Najm has done well to get close as well in the yellow jacket in about third place at the moment, followed then by Stone Soldier, who races alongside Mursky. Cruyff Turn settling in on the outside in about 6th place. Holloway Boy on the rail is next, the red and white colours, Arrogant Castle, then James McHenry. Dear My Friend is Rider out then from La Trinidad. On the inside then is Benetton in the blue and yellow jacket. Also towards the rear of the field is Mr. King, patiently ridden, as well as Catch the Paddy. Towards the back as well is Theory of Everything, the grey and the purple jacket, now starting to make a little bit of progress. Then the pink colours of Austrian Theory, and on the inside then is Blue for You, who won it 2 years ago. Down the home straight they come, and already past the 3 furlong marker here. Thunder Run in the grey jacket and David Egan being tackled by New Image on the near side in the blue. Under pressure is Mursky. Arrogant Castle and El Najm are under pressure to try and close down these leaders. Up the inside, Holloway Boy and Stone Soldier with a bit of a squeak as well. They're coming inside the final furlong. Thunder Run has made virtually all so far. Mursky is the big danger with Holloway Boy on the inside. Mursky drawing alongside Thunder Run, who pulls out a bit more than the finish, and Thunder Run in the Clipper Logistics colours wins the Clipper Handicap. Mursky second, and then Holloway Boy, Beneteau ran on pretty well right behind these. Arrogant Castle not too far away either, and Mr. King.
I mean, it wasn't the plan to go out and make it, and I'm sure David said to you earlier, but you know, he jumped well, and David said he didn't feel as though he was going that quick, and the horse was in a nice rhythm, so like all good jockeys, he sort of let him change plans as he went along, and but I was a bit worried he wouldn't be man enough for this type of race, but no, he's a good horse, he's a talented horse.
Lined up now, and away they go. The mile-and-a-half trip then for this Pertemps Network at Yorkshire Oaks, and Ryan Moore immediately dropping Content out as they move down the back straight here, and drawn wide and probably just about leading is Port Fairy in the Michael Tabor blue and orange colours, but Mistral Star is right up there on the inside rail as well, about a length down in second. Emily Upjohn racing in third as they cross the path there. Content is quite keen. Flanked then by old rival You Got To Me in the pink cap on the outside. Mistral Star, Queen of the Pride, and at the back of the field is Lava Stream as they race across the far side of the Naysmire and approach the final mile of the contest. There's about 7 lengths then between first and last. So Port Fairy, Wayne Lorden leading from Emily Upjohn, who now goes just second. Kieran Schumacher in the pink jacket, ahead then of Sea Theme in third place. And the mount of Tom Marcon. Fourth then is the Irish Oaks heroine You Got To Me with Content, who chased her home that day on the inside, still taking a little bit of a grip under Ryan Moore. She's in fifth, a length and a half clear of Mistral Star as they move down the far side inside the final 6 furlongs then of this contest. Still at the back is Queen of the Pride, Oisin riding her cold, and 2 lengths away then last is Lava Stream. Now they're racing inside the final 5 furlongs and taking the long sweeping turn towards the home straight here. And it's Port Fairy in front from Emily Upjohn in second. On the inside, still going nicely, is Sea Theme, You Got To Me, and Hector Crouch now just being shaken up here on the inside. Content is just beginning to improve slightly. Mistral Star is trying to close down on the leaders. Queen of the Pride's got a bit on, but she's now being asked to try and pick up, but she's been relegated to last place now by Lava Stream. They're coming down the home straight, and Emily Upjohn is cruising to the front here with 2.5 furlongs left to travel. You Got To Me is within about a length then of Emily Upjohn, who comes under pressure now. She still leads as they race up towards the final furlong. On the inside, Content is rallying over on the far rail there and is joining in the closing stages. Emily Upjohn, Content on the far side, wearing them down, and You Got To Me rallying as well. Content just in front from You Got To Me, and Content, it's another Group 1 for Ballydoyle. Content wins the Yorkshire Oaks. You Got To Me in second, Emily Upjohn and Mistral Star back in fourth ahead of Sea Theme.
I wanted to find out whether she's going for the Breeders' Cup, because she ran so well in the Breeders' Cup as a juvenile. Yes. Surely the setup of the Breeders' Cup Filly Mare Turf would suit her really well.
Yeah, 100%, Lydia. You're 100% right. Where they'll go fast pace, fast ground, it should improve her a lot. Like the petrol that she was wasting early today with a fastly run race, she'll be saving all that petrol, and she should be able to pick up and go. Like today was just pure courage, I think, made her keep going. But you'd imagine if she was cruising along in the gear she should be, rather than 2 gears too high, like she should find plenty. So you would imagine that setup would be perfect for her. And I think it's 1.3 miles this year, so yeah, so obviously the lads will decide that, but I would say that kind of race is made for her.
They are set now. Racing over 1.5 miles once again here for the British EBF and Sir Henry Cecil Gultras Stakes. And as they move away from the stalls on the inside, Sylvester de Souza and Noisy Jazz, perhaps reluctant leaders, joined on the outside by Davina Grace. Racing very deep from them is Climate Friendly, who's just beginning to tack across now, Rab Havlin, to join in with the main group, but Noisy Jazz out in front and racing a little bit on the free side perhaps. Racing in second, Davina Grace, and then comes Climate Friendly. And moving across the far side past the 9 furlong marker, satin green jacket for Ryan Moore is next. Carmology, Nakil, and then the purple jacket of Esmeré. Pale blue colours of Scenic last but one, and looking on at the rear is Doro Milage, and the pace seems to be a pretty generous one as the runners move down past the mile start and head towards the last 7 furlongs. And he's having a little bit of a battle here in front, Sylvester, to keep tabs on Noisy Jazz. She only had the 1 start so far. She's still in front though. Davina Grace and Billy Lochnan tracking. Right behind them on the inside, Carmology, the favourite. Sam James for Carl Burke is just racing in 4th place behind Climate Friendly, who's on the outside. Ryan Moore in the green jacket, on board Satin. And then on the rail is Esmeralda in the purple. Nakil being shaken up by Jim Crowley at the back. Still travelling well at the rear is Scenic in the blue for Oisin. 2 lengths away last is Dora Milage as they swing round towards the home straight here in the British EBF and Sir Henry Cecil Gultry Stakes. So just half a mile left to cover now. And Noisy Jazz leads the main group. On the outside, racing by herself, is Climate Friendly. Between them, Davina Grace, Carmology next to the rail. All of them working quite hard now. Nakil is making some progress. One that's struggling is Satin, who hasn't picked up in the green jacket. Watch out for Scenic, who's just easing into contention, but a bit short of room at the moment in that pale blue jacket. But Oisin looks really confident here, and it's all change up front. Carmology, but Scenic bearing down on the outside, and now for the first time Oisin gets to work, and Scenic is picking up incredibly well here as they race towards the final furlong. She's going up by 2 or 3 from Carmology. Back in 3rd, Davina Grace. Nakil battling on, but what a performance. Scenic has absolutely come home here to outclass them in the Gultris. Carmology 2nd, then Nakil, Davina Grace, and these 4 were clear of Esmeralda.
Yeah, well, I know we rolled along, and I expected a pace collapse, which is what happened, and yeah, she got through the line well. It was all very smooth for her, really, Lydia.
Now ready and off and racing, and Tuscan Point just broke a little bit slowly. The grey on the outside there, fairly quickly into stride was Hot Property on the inside. The pink jacket up there, Miss Hathaway as well. This then the centuryjunction.co.uk Autism Awareness EBF Stallions Nursery Handicap. Hot Property going at it with Kasim in the early part of the race as they race in a straight line for 2.5 furlongs. King of Angels in the orange jacket, Shazani on the outside in the maroon and blue. Just pushed along the blue and white colours, Sigalazo to go the pace. Alongside Spellmaster, Oisin Murphy blue with the yellow chevron. On the outside in the green and white stripes, they're just slotting in Angel Hunter, Ryan Moore, who's drawn wide, wider out then to Dukes of Hathor. At this stage, Original Outlaw is in the rear half, but now is picking up. Dividends on the rail. Next comes Tuscan Point. Behind them, covered up, is Griselda, who's travelling well on the outside. Then comes Art Market in the white jacket. At this stage, Age of Gold is making some progress in the royal blue colours through the field and the middle of them. Followed through on the inside by JV. They're coming up now towards the final furlong and a half here. Out in front is Kasim and Clifford Lee, leading by a couple of lengths. In the clear, Angel Hunter and Ryan Moore. Here he comes again, bearing down on the leader, and then wider Age of Gold, who's staying on dually inside the final furlong. But it's Ryan Moore and Angel Hunter in front. Age of Gold is going to make it interesting, but it's more magic from Ryan as Witch Hunter goes on to win from Age of Gold, Kasim, and then Spellmaster back in 4th, and King of Angels next.
I wanted to run him in the sales race, but it would have been a bit sharp. We've always thought a lot of the horse, and it's actually a very fitting sort of compensation because Claire and William, they own Witch Hunter, who I thought had won the Hungerford of the weekend, and he was robbed, beaten a short head or nose or something, and that was lovely. We've got their family here today, and little Rainbow and her parents, and having a lovely time.
Off and racing for the final time today. Then the British EBF Fillies Handicap. Miaside Diva wasn't the best away in the orange jacket through the first furlong though. Ragnar's right up there, wider Baxi Dar coming across, and that wide draw in the dark blue colours to head them all off. Misinformation in the leading 3 in the yellow colours as well as they settle down. And then comes Copple Hall Lane in the red colours, the all red colours in 4th. Up the inside then, that's Pinafore, maroon colours, alongside Alpha Kalenic in the black and beige hoop. Then they're followed then by Enola Grey. On the inside is International Girl, just tracking Pinafore there. Red and yellow stars, then Aquacel just shaken up then, with just followed through then by Queen of Mujan. Kita Kotai is in the middle of the field, the black and white being scrubbed along. Sunfall next, and then Ariseg in the green colours. Miaside Diva playing catch up. Elim at this stage is travelling well at the back, but has got a bit to do, but is moving through now. And then on the inside is Rock Melody, and struggling 9/10. They're coming up towards the final furlong and a half here already, and Misinformation and Ashim Murphy are going for it here. They're leading by about 3 lengths now from Ragnar, and Alpha Kalenik on the outside now moves up into second place, and here on the outside is Queen of Mujan. It's Alpha Kalenik who's taken over inside the final furlong. Queen of Mujan is bearing down, and then wider still is Elim up towards the line. She's done it. Alpha Kalenik wins again. Queen of Mujan and a photo for second place there with Misinformation, and never nearer flying Elim on the outside.
She's amazing. Credit to the team. You know, she used to sort of race a little bit with a choke out, but she's settled lovely now, and she's tough, and she's on your side. You know, so brilliant.